Hello again. Welcome to another Green Dragons Gaming Club. Without us, they never feel like winners. Without them, we couldn't look so good. So today we have the Dread Elves versus the Vampire Covenant. I know I've been playing. My name is Mark, and I'm playing the Dread Elves this time. I know I've been playing my Knights of Equitaine. I actually have 5, 6 armies, and if I do other things, I can end up with maybe 7. And versus Vampires. So again, I'm playing against Ryan because we're trying to get ready for that tournament. It's called Judgment Day up in Oneonta. Sometimes it's near Hartwick College, up in New York State, and we're going to be going to that. So we're getting ready for that game. Also, I picked my armies because I'm a play tester on the Ninth Age website, and I turned to the guy who's in charge. I'm like, look, what do you want me to play? I'll play anything. He's like, go ahead and play your Dread Elves. So that's what I did. So here is my Dread Elves, and they're not fully painted because I haven't shown them quote unquote any love recently. That may change. I really liked how they performed, and I liked how it went with how I used to play them. As a matter of fact, because I haven't really done much with the book at all with the Dread Elves, I just went with one of my older lists, tweaked it to make the current list. So going from right to left, in the back there, I have my 2 Hydras. I have a unit of fast cavalry with light armor shield and the repeater crossbows. I have the tower guard, as they're called now. And then I've got 2 bolt throwers. I've got a unit of the repeater archers, another unit of fast cavalry, same as the first. I have some very old models there for my Cold One Knights. They actually have the war banner in that unit as well. Then I have a small unit of tower guard, or not, of executioners with nothing. 20 Dread Legionnaires, so just swordboard. And then I have another unit of repeater crossbows. Here's Ryan's list, which I know very well, but he did do a slight tweak. Going from right to left, he's got a unit of, I have no idea. You got someone else can count skeletons, dogs, that Terrorgeist or the Winged Terror, whatever it's called now. A unit of 10 ghouls with a champion that skirmish. He's got another one there in the back next to his 2 Varkaloks. He's got a unit of zombies. He's got his Grave Guard. I don't know what they're called now. Grave Guard, another unit of wolves, and his Hex Wraiths. He has he goes with Lamia as his vampires. So he's got 1 Necromancer. He's got one of the bigger vampires from Lamia, and he's got a smaller BSB from Lamia as well. His BSB, he actually allowed him to go with the Lore of Light with the extra spell. His Necro has the Dispel Scroll, and that's it. So here are my spells, because I did 2 level 2s. I'm sorry, I didn't go through. Let me go back here. So I have Malik Darkblade as I kid him out. He's got the Ogre Blade. He has a 4-up ward save and Divine Icon, I believe. Then I've got 2 level 2s, 1 from Fire, 1 from Shadow. I just picked randomly. I really didn't give it much thought. Wish I did, but it was just like, I know these are two lores I see very often. One's with the Dispel Scroll, the other one's with the Dagger that I never use. That was 25 points wasted. A little foreshadow. So again, here are my spells. So I end up with Flaming Swords, which was a great spell, and Fireball. And then I have Shadow Miasma and Mind Razor. And he ends up with Invocation and Mockery of Life, and Shield of Protection, Net of Light, and Time Warp. Just going to go back. And his Necromancer is a level 1, only knows 1 spell, always knows Invocation. That's it. So it's standard deployment. We had to place our 2 markers, so you see them both there. And that's it. It is, we turn around. I think I dropped everything after a while just to make sure I would get first turn, or vice versa. I'm not used to doing that because, again, I've been playing Equitaine, so even though I drop early, I still expect to roll off. So over here, did some shooting. Didn't do a whole heck of a lot there. I killed 1 of his skeletons. I killed 1 of his dogs. However, I did do 3 wounds to that thing. I wish I killed it, but I was happy with 3 wounds. Yes, I know they're going to come back. So again, I did another wound there. His turn 1. He moves up as such with his Varkalak all the way up. The other one's sitting back. Why he put his ghouls all the way out there in the corner, I don't know. I think it was when we first started setting up, I had initially put a unit of fast cab all the way over there. So he was trying to get the feel as to what I was doing. And that was that. So he did that conga line right there. And I'm going, really? Conga? Crap. It blocks me because he can go through his own unit with his Hex Race. And I know he just wants to try to run through me. So got to give him something to think about. And that was it. So turn 2 to me. I charge in with the Dread Elves right there. Again, they don't have spears. They're sword and board. I think that was the only charge. Oh no! And let me go back a couple screenshots here. So it's my turn 2. You see, he does that Congo. I actually have a flank with my Tower Guard with my Executioners, and that's it. That's all that they have. I think they have a champion in there, so they always get that 4-inch charge. Like, why not? It's a flank. If I fail, I fail. If I make it, I make it. That's fantastic. Only good things can happen either way. So going back to where we were, so they get that. So they get in there. That picture's upside down. I'm sorry about that, but I get flaming swords off once again. This time my archers pulled through and killed all the dogs and put 3 wounds on that Varkalok back there because I had those flaming magical attacks, flaming attacks from my bolt throwers. Wish I killed it, but I was happy with the 3 wounds. And that's it. Killed another more skeletons, again, from shooting. And close combat. I lost one of my executioners. He lost everything. So I was like, okay, I'll take it. Win for me. So now it's undead, turn 2. Here's how the board looks. He turned around and he did charge with the skeletons into my executioners, and they fled. And nothing cared that they fled through them. He tried to do a double charge here with his 2 Varkaloks. One, if you remember, one was very close. The other one, very far back. So the close one made it with 3 wounds already on it. The far one stayed back there and did nothing. He did charge his Hex Race into my Dread Elves. They ran away. And that's literally how the board looks here. So overall, still pretty happy with what I'm able to do. And that's it. So close combat. Again, the reason I don't take pictures of his magic face is like, okay, I raise this. Okay, I heal this. I'm like, all right, it's just whatever. And it wasn't very exciting. So here, I do a make way with my Lord. My Lord has 4 attacks, strength 6, hatred. Turns around, does 1 more wound, kills the Varkalak. I take nothing in return. So now it's my turn 3. I double charge in with my Chariot and the Tower Guard into his skeletons because now the Grave Guard are still in my front. So if he's got to charge me, he's going to be charging in the front. And I know it's no longer a stubborn unit. I've missed when they were a stubborn unit, but with the skeletons there, I'm not worried about it. It's going to be a meat grind, and who's going to be able to do the more wounds? And I think that's going to go in my favor. I charged in with I tried both Hydras, and the one that's actually painted failed. The one that's unpainted, that's actually older, made it in, and I would expect it to make it in with both Hydras. I just rolled poorly. And the one, so that's why I charged into the flank of the zombies with the Dark Riders. And I rally my fleeing troops, and that's how the board looks. So, close combat, nothing really happened during the magic phase. Close combat, I turn around, he issues a challenge, I accept with my champion, and he killed. We're striking at the same initiative. He has a potion of speed. He's like, you know what? I'm going to save it because I can see myself getting in a fight with your lord. Um, and I'm like, okay, it's you have 2 wounds, I have 1. You're probably going to kill me without second thoughts. I'm probably not going to touch you because of your toughness. I killed his character outright, and we were both stunned with shock. And the rest of the unit just literally ate that entire unit. So the impact hits, the charioteers, even though even with distracting and stuff like that he may have had on it because of the Lamian guy, it's they end up crumbling most of the unit. He Okay, so I missed a picture here. I greatly apologize. I missed a picture from his turn. He had moved his Shrieking Horror up and screamed at those archers. They killed 5 of the archers. They don't care. They're like, whatever. So, close combat. He ends up killing my Hydra in the second round of combat. And as you see up there, second round of combat, because again, I missed the picture in the middle to show you that it was his turn. He actually does a battle reform, faces my Dark Riders, wins combat. They run away, but they're still on the board. So over here, second round of combat, he chose not to charge in, and I agree with that call because he would have only had 2 guys able to hit me, and with all those skeletons there, I would have been winning combat res. With that said, they absolutely obliterate the rest of that skeleton unit, and it's going to crumble. Over here, he had charged in with his other Varkalok, and he killed 2 of my knights. Meanwhile, I did 3 wounds to him, and due to combat res and the war banner, it's actually the war banner is what won it. He ends up crumbling for that last wound. So now it's my turn 4. So I apologize for missing that whole picture from turn 3. What happens here? So I double charge in with into the Hex Wraiths with the other Hydra and the Dread Elves. I'm expecting combat res. That's what I'm expecting. I rally my riders there, and I just simply maneuver around the flank. I double charge because he's like, oh wow, that's a flank. So I double charge both the chariot and my tower guard once again, and magic comes into play big time here. So I end up getting Mind Eraser off. So for every hit, it automatically wounds with Armor Piercing 1. So all of a sudden, there's Strength 3, Strength 4 with Halberds, Armor Piercing 1. And that's how many wounds I do. And that's with crumbling as well, impact hits, everything else. But left him his champion and his general. And so now it's turn 4 to him. I whittle him down, but he moves it, but I end up losing combat, and he ends up moving so that they're out of combat because he only had 1 model left, and that struck last. So as I was doing the wounds, that's just the way it occurred. It seems strange to me now. I don't think he should have done it that way, but he ends up killing the Hydra. I know there's a reason why we did, so I can't remember right now. He ends up winning that combat, or killing the Hydra, because that's all he had was in contact with, and that was it. He raises his Graveguard back, so now he's got a rank and a half from 1 model. He went back up to, let's see, that's 11 models. So I'm like, all right, whatever. But I still have Mind Eraser on. He runs up Fifi and screams at that mage. Sorry, that's what he calls his Terrorgeist. Runs her up, screams at the mage, and kills my mage outright. Just for doing that. But the damage is already done because the spell's already in play. So that's him screaming at her, kills her. The bolt throwers don't care. Over here, Again, Mind Eraser is still going on. He kills 2 of my models. I end up killing the rest of his. And then I charge in with the Chariot during my turn. And that's it. I have the objective there. And the bolt throwers end up killing his Fifi. Yes, that is my Cthulhu. That is the god that I have chosen my Dark Elves to pray to. I've always felt it brought me luck. Over here, he charged into the flank of the knights with his ghouls, and I killed his ghouls and they crumbled, but he did manage to kill one of my knights. Over here, it was just straight up combat res. Ends up killing his general. Actually, it may have been impact hits too. Kills his general. Kills his. Yeah, it was impact hits. And kills his one remaining model. So then this combat, I think he actually won again, but I stuck there. That thing crumbles. So it ends up being a 20-0 massacre for the Dread Elves. Ryan admits he made some movement errors for positioning and things like that, but I was actually very happy with how my models performed with the spells and what I was able to get off. And the MVPs, the Oracle, because of that one spell, the Mind Eraser, because again, those were toughness 4 models. I would have needed 4s to wound. Here I was automatically wounding, and that was a lot of hits. And the Tower Guard, again, Tower Guard took out the General, took out the Skeletons, and they were just mopping up. For the Vampire Covenant, those Hex rates, 2 Hydras. Kill 2 Hydras. Definitely earned back their points and then some. And that was it. Again, we are based out of Westchester, Pennsylvania, in that southeast Pennsylvania. So if you're in the area, reach out to me. I'm Sir MC 2015 up on the 9th Age boards. Make a comment. Definitely feel free to make comments if we did anything wrong or if you like what you see. And just that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying it, because I know as we're enjoying making these. The only reason there's not 2 of us is we finished the game so late. We're like, you know what? I'll catch you later. And that's it. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.